Hi everybody, happy Wednesday night, happy Facebook Live night, happy paper crafting night. I'm Melissa Thomas from C2C Stamping and I do feel better. Thank you everybody for your messages and stuff for the last week. I have had COVID. It was our first time in 3 years for getting it. And that was no fun. So happy to be among the living. I'm going to actually pull us up and then we're going to play with a brand new online exclusive suite. So, hey Barb, nice to see you. So let me just make sure that I can see us over here because sometimes it's nice for me to see in both places. So let me just see if I can see us. And we're gonna make a card from the new product. So there are several online products in both places. So let me in the online exclusives suite. And I picked one that I wanted to play with. And then I have a couple others to show you as well. So hang tight, let's go. Okay. So I just wanna make sure we're straight. I've kind of adjusted a few things on my desktop, my work surface. So what I wanted to play with was the new Tropical Leaf Suite. Hi Pat, nice to see you. I'm gonna look and see where my space is here. I'm a little bit off, I think. All right, there we go. Okay, let me adjust a little bit more. Sorry, I moved a couple things. And my laptop, not only did I almost die last week, my laptop died too. So this is the new Tropical Leaf bundle. It is not in a catalog. It is under a new category on the website called Online Exclusives. And these are things that they are hoping are going to be what they're saying are evergreen. So they're gonna last past a catalog, which is really nice. You know, I love a good punch. And so I also really liked the fonts and I like tropical stuff. So I wanna play with this. We're gonna make the card that's actually featured online. And it's got a couple of cool things that I think will be fun. I wanted to point out one of the other things online though. Sorry, there might be a lot of throat clearing as I get better, right? Last week was rough, that's for sure. I'm still testing positive though. So these are called radiating stitched dies, and they are a set of dies that have this really cool, like outward radiating. I really loved the heart. I think the heart's really cute. So I'm excited to maybe make a card with this. I'm hoping that it looks like it die cuts the outside, but it doesn't die cut the inside, so that's cool. So you've got all these cool shapes, some circles, and a really cute heart too. So looking forward to playing with those. Maybe I'll mess with those week after next. Next week I will be on spring break, so I will not be here. I'm sorry. I very much like you all, but we need to get out of jail. So, and then let's see. I've got this. I'm trying to see where my other scraps are. Where are my scraps? Where are my scraps? All right. Well, we'll just take these paper. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna use this. Okay. So this card features some gray paper, either smoky slate or something like that. And I'm gonna look to see, I've got some random pieces here, but I don't think these are gonna be the right size. So we're gonna grab a full sheet. Ooh, do I have a card base here? No. I don't even know what this is. Like the most random of scraps. All right. Grab a sheet. All right. So These products are in the online store. They are not in a catalog, and the idea is that they're going to last beyond a catalog. So as long as we keep ordering them and we keep loving them, then they're going to keep them in stock. And then a couple of things they actually brought back, which I thought was really interesting. So it's a way for them to bring back some returning items that maybe we've asked for. And so if you scroll down on the online exclusives, all the way at the end, you'll see a really cool set of circle punches. We actually lost our circle punches a couple years ago. They got rid of them, and they gave us nice sets of circle dies. But many of us prefer punches because they're easier to work with, they're faster generally, and they're also really great for the beginning stamper. And so we've all been asking for the circle punches back for a long, long time. And we're really excited that they gave us our circle punches back. So if you see some circle punches, that's why they're there. And it's weird that they're at the bottom. We think it's because it's a returning item, and that's why. So, all right, so we're gonna get our 2 big leaves. And this is 2-step stamping. So we're gonna stamp our big leaves, and then we're gonna stamp the veins. And we're gonna stamp these with some green. Let's see. I might do maybe that shades first. Let's do some garden green. Okay. So we're gonna get these guys. And what we're gonna do is we're actually gonna do some stamping off too. So we're going to, and I'm looking at a picture that's online because I'm just following a picture and I'm kind of trying to like recreate the picture, right? So I've got my garden green, and I'm gonna make sure that it stamps, you know, inks up nice, right? And I'm going to I'm gonna stamp probably one going like this way. And then I'm gonna stamp another one, kind of maybe going off, but second generation, right? So I've stamped it, and now I've stamped it off, right? So there's 2 big leaves. I'm gonna stamp some of the small ones too, and I'm gonna layer them too, so. And then maybe I wanna do another big leaf, like over here. I'm gonna kind of hold it down because it's photopolymer. So remember, the ink kind of has to come up off the thing. Now, be careful about this. I've stamped. If I stamp off again and I've got this partial, it's gonna show, okay? So I need to be careful about that. So what I'm gonna do then is I'm gonna re-ink it, right? You see I didn't stamp that. That's a common mistake. And then I'm gonna go ahead and I'm going to stamp one for our punch piece, and I'm going to use that stamped off to then kind of stamp off over here, okay? And then I'm going to stamp a couple more of these. I'm going to stamp a full strength, and I'm going to, uh-oh, that one didn't go very well. Let's see if I can get them back. If I can't, that's okay. All right. And then I want to stamp off a couple times too. So I'm going to get some lighter ones. Okay. All right, so I've got some ones to punch, right? And then I've got a couple on there. And then I'm also going to do the same thing, but maybe with the smaller leaf too. So I'm going to do kind of another, maybe dark one. I'm gonna make sure I get good ink on it. So I'm gonna do a dark one here. And then maybe I'll do another kind of light one there. Okay. And then I'm gonna do here. And again, because I stamped off on the edge, right? I'm gonna kind of ink it back up and do another one there. Maybe I'll do another light one here, right? And you can see I'm building kind of a focal point right over here, and that's okay. So I've got like a dark and a light, and then maybe I've got a dark. I'm trying to see, like, based on the photo I'm trying to reconstruct, there might be like one more, and I'm checking my stamp each time to make sure I've got like just the right ink amount on there. I think I need to do one more light one over here. I'm gonna angle it a little different. Okay, nice. So I've left some of the space kind of with, you know, white space, so to speak. It's not white, gray space, right? So I've got some spots that are empty and some spots that are more clumped, and that's good. We like that. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna clean these two, and I'm gonna get the veining for them. And the veining, I'm actually gonna do all in solid strength. So, got a little guy, and got a big guy. Okay. And see how they're like malleable? So what I like to do with any shape that might kind of alter or wiggle if I mount it wrong, I put them on my work surface, right? And then I pick them up with the block so that when I pick them up, they don't get like distorted, right? Which is important. So, all right, so we're going to add some veins to these guys, to all of them. So we're gonna add some to the little ones, whether they were dark or light. Then we're gonna add some to the big guys too. So I think we got all of our little ones. And so even though this is like, you know, ink on ink, right? You can still see that veining. And that's what's really cool. And you don't have to be super precise with it either, which is kind of nice. All right, so then I've got my stamped off ones. So I'm gonna stamp these guys. That one's a little off, but that's okay. I'm not sure I liked him anyway. Okay. And then we've got a punch. So we're gonna punch. And I need 2 of the light ones and 2 of the dark ones. Whoop. That's a loud punch. I don't like him anyway, so I'm gonna skip it. And what I'm doing when I'm punching is I'm lining up kind of all the, you know, the points, the curves, to make sure that I get a nice clean punched image and that it's not off anywhere. Okay, so now we've got our cute piece here. So we're gonna pop some of these up, okay? And we're gonna do something along these lines, okay? And we're gonna put these up on some dimensionals, probably, maybe 1 or 2 of them. And maybe not, I might just lay them down flat. And then we're gonna take the sentiment and I'm gonna do the lots, love you lots. we're gonna stamp it on a piece of white. And I don't want it to be quite this big. I do want there to be room because I want the script to stand out, but that's a little bit too big. So I'm gonna bring my trimmer in, and this piece is 1.5. Maybe I just want it like 1.25. Like, I don't need it to be super short, you know, that much skinnier, but yeah, just a little bit skinnier. And then I think probably something like 3.5 is probably sufficient length. There we go. All right. Okay. And then in the sample, this is actually done with heat embossing. It's gold heat embossed, and then they added the brass butterflies, which is really pretty. I don't know if I have any more of the brass butterflies, and so I was actually going to look and see. Ooh, I do. Oh, I have a couple of the brass butterflies left. That's good. I might need to buy another pack of those. Those are nice. Okay, so we're going to do Versamark. This is, I have several Versamarks. Some of them are trashed. It doesn't really matter what the ink pad looks like for Versamark. As long as it has Versamark on it, it'll stamp Versamark just fine. So, all right. And then we're going to get some gold powder in here. Heat embossing down. You know, it might be time for a new gold heat embossing powder. I've had this one since I first became a demonstrator 9 years ago. So that just shows you that a little bit of this goes a long way, right? The Senior Center, they want to do some heat embossing. It's one of the things they requested. So we're going to be doing a little bit more of that soon, so that's good. All right. So here we go. Oh yes, very curious, aren't you, George? There we go. Perfect. Love you lots. Awesome. All right. So I'm going to glue these two down flat, and then I'm gonna pop the other things up on dimensionals. Okay. Let's see. I'm gonna do this one, like, yeah, down here. And this one. And then these two guys need dimensionals. So, for those of you who are keeping track, I'm very close to my 100,000. I'm like, I don't know, $800 away or something ridiculously close. So, if you have an order to place, if you want to get paper pumpkin, if you have anything you need, paper, stamps, adhesive, envelopes, I don't know, feel free to purchase some stuff and help me get there. We're almost there. I can't believe it. Feels like feels like these last days are definitely taking the longest for sure. I'm not sure that I should have put all of this on dimensionals, and so I'm gonna pull this one up out of the middle. I just flicked a dimensional across the room. All right, let's see. So I'm actually gonna pull these off too. There we go. Nice. All right. And then we're going to get some of our brass butterflies in here. Still have, I have one little one, one little guy, and then I've got lots of the big ones. So the little one I'm going to do right here. And we'll do a big one here. And then let's do, yeah. There we go. Perfect. Awesome. So one of the reasons I wanted to show you guys this card is that, you know, it's got one ink, but you can create lots of different tones with it, depending on if you stamp it on gray or white, right? These look like different greens, but they're not. One punch, you know, one stamp set. Yes, the heat embossing is a nice extra touch, but it's not necessary. And I just wanted to, I don't know, the sample appealed to me. Hopefully you like it too. Somehow I got to a 2020 video. Oh, that's hilarious, Lynn. Welcome to 2023. Usually don't like lots of greens. Yeah, so that's what's so funny is that this is, I was kind of laughing because we're doing a challenge on our team page and it's to use like 2 different greens. And I saw this project, I thought, oh, this project's perfect. And then the more I looked at it, the more I realized, oh, they didn't use lots of different greens. They used one green and it looks so different when you stamp it on smoky slate versus on basic white, right? And if you stamp off. And so I was just really enjoying the fact that this looks like multiple greens, but it's actually a cheater on the multiple greens, and it's all just garden green, which is really cool. So really fun, brand new stamp set, and a really nice punch that I'm excited about. This is the Tropical Leaf bundle, and hopefully you like this as much as I do and get some good inspiration from it. It's got some great sentiments. I love that it kind of looks like a handwritten script. There's a couple of samples that show how to use the stems as well, that have a really soft look to them as well. So make sure when you're on StampinUp.com, when you see a stamp set, there's always samples with it. So instead of having to find it in a catalog or something else, this one isn't in a catalog at all. You can actually scroll through and look at the samples right there, and you'll see some different looks. So hopefully you like my Love You Lots green leafy card. And yeah, thanks y'all. Thanks for coming. Thanks for joining me. Thanks for wishing me well. I feel better. Just as a reminder, I won't be on next week, but I will pick a fun video from the past. I'll find a blast from the past, like a really old one, and I'll share it next week. And then just know this Friday is Paper Pumpkin deadline. Paper Pumpkin this month is giving away an extra stamp set to everyone who subscribes to celebrate their 10-year anniversary. So you will get 2 stamp sets, 9 cards, an ink spot, envelopes, all the goodies to make it. We've seen some really pretty gold pieces that go with this. It's a really, really pretty spring set that has plants and Easter lilies and non-Easter lilies. Yes, I'm glad it's not 2020, and I am glad I'm feeling better. So thanks for coming, y'all. I appreciate it. And I will see you in a couple weeks. So thank you. Bye guys. Have a wonderful spring break if it's your spring break next week. And I hope that everyone is having a good spring and getting through all the allergies and all that stuff too. I know that spring is a bloom here for sure. So, all right. I will see you later. Bye. Bye everyone.